Hello everyone, today we're going to be showcasing our program. It's called Quest for Engenuity. So I've already compiled the Python script into a .exe file. So you just click this and it's going to run. There we go. So this program, don't worry, it has a error handling. So if you press not a input that is not expected, it's just going to return an invalid choice, same as just typing any random, it's going to return invalid choice. So there are four main features of this program. So basically it all stems to the actual core functions of this program. So the first is play game. This is the story mode of this program. The second one is level selector. So if I want to go there, I just press 2. There we go. So you can select the level if you don't want to do the story because it's progression. So if you just want to go to the specifics of it, you can just go and then you just press enter if you want to go back. Then if I press 3, if I will go to the help section, it shows you the details of each level. So it describes the objectives, the topics involved, as well as the expected input from you. Like you have to enter like an integer or an integer only from ranging from 1 to 3, or in this level you can do decimals or something like that, and you don't input anything else, do not input units, all of that. So yeah, now let's go to the main feature of this program called the story mode. So I'll just press 1 to play the game. So here we go, it's all ASCII based with a backstory. There we go, just press enter. And then here we go. So this is the first challenge in which I can enter, I guess, the answer. There we go. The differentiation problem. I input something wrong here. I like example 24. It's going to say incorrect. And then I can try again. Let's say 29. That's the answer. There we go. So now we move on to the story. So basically, you cannot fail that level. Going through the story. Also here, you cannot fail here because if I input anything other than 1, 2, or 3, it's just gonna say incorrect and I can try again. There we go. And now let's balance the chemical equation. There we go. So now we progress through the story. And then here is the final level, which is the statistics level. This is the hardest since it's randomized, so you can't just memorize the answer. And it's asking for the mean, median, and mode. If you enter nothing, it's not going to proceed. And even if you enter nothing, it's not gonna change the actual numbers of here. So this is dependent if it's going to initially run. So you can't just generate new numbers by just pressing enter. So let's say I'm not gonna solve this. I want to show you the two scenarios in which I lose. So let's just say, oh, I entered the wrong answers. There we go. We lose. So there's also a win if you successfully did that. But in this case, I lost. So in the level selector, I can go back to the levels. So again, as I said, mathematics, you don't lose because you just repeat, as well as chemistry. But this takes longer because Because in the chemical balancing, if you like enter a wrong answer, like let's say true, it's not actually going to say incorrect. You have to enter every number, every like compound in the equation before it's going to say incorrect. So it's way longer if you aren't really that familiar with balancing equations. But this is a always win scenario since you can only proceed if you win. There we go. That's the entire program. Thank you for listening.